Hello, Yora.
Hey,
How are you?
good, good, good. How's it going over there?
Today, swimming.
Oh,
I'm swimming
yeah.
today.
Cool,
We have
cool.
a new swimming pool in our town, and was the first day.
I'm very jealous. I want to go swimming in your town.
It's, now it's a good swimming pool.
That
Last year,
sounds,
no.
aw, that sounds
So
fun.
things go better.
Good, good. Thank you for having me
Ha-
here.
No, thank you to you. It's a really a pleasure. 20 years ago, maybe, I have this one,
Ah, cool.
this cassette, uh,
I love, I,
and
I love cassette tapes. I still, yeah, I'll show you two things. Well, a few very old things. Let's see. Cassettes. We have my very first cassette that I made when I was in university.
oh,
And
that's a treasure.
then Far's very first demo cassette,
Wow,
What a River, Live No Lies. And then another Far cassette from 1994 or 5 or something.
yep.
And then a thing I made called Songs I Hope My Mom Will Like in
Wow,
1994 as well with some different songs on it. Me and a guitar made it
oh,
in Sacramento at
yeah,
the place where Deftones and Far would practice. So these are my cassettes.
yeah.
Oh yeah, and someone just sent me this. It's not cassette vinyl. It's a
Oh,
Chi
wow,
poetry night that
yeah,
I sang at. Um,
wow.
yeah, it's really sweet to hear his poems and stuff. And then there's a little picture of me and she hanging out.
Yeah. Friends, family, no?
Yes,
When friends are family,
friends are family forever.
yeah.
Yes. Anyway, hi.
Yellow, yellow, like his energy.
Hawaha.
You talk about his energy,
All the
in
time.
a lot of podcasts and
I think about him all the time. And this is for Jeremy. He asked to see this one. I
yeah.
made a cassette, a new cassette with him that's going to be getting re-released soon. So um,
Oh,
anyway,
perfect.
yeah, I think about She all of the time. I think of him especially when I'm on stage because when he was on stage, he gave so much energy. And so anytime I am
Hmm.
feeling tired, I think of his energy.
My friends go to Madrid in 98 or 96 in a tour with you and Deftones.
Cool.
And they go to see Far more than Deftones. They are Far fans, and that touring that years. And you have tour with Deftones,
Yeah.
Sepultura, and metal bands, and I would like to say to that conversation,
Yeah.
speak with the Japusis, with Lee Ranaldo, with Joe Lally,
Mm.
with
Mm.
some people important in the music in last year, in that live connections. But when I'm watching interviews of you
Yeah.
and podcast, and I think the music is important for you, but it's more than music. It's an expression of yourself, your emotions, the connection with other people, and, and this is so special because you make music, you make good music in a lot of projects
Mm.
and good songs with many years. You have 25 years of songwriting, but I think you have more say about life
Mm.
than about music.
Mm. Yeah, I mean, for me, music and life, it's the same thing.
Yeah.
It's so the music is really for me is just to help me
Mm-hmm.
get through
Yeah.
life, to help me
Yeah.
understand life, and then to share that with other people, to find other people through the music. It feels like
Mm-hmm.
this the friends and family
Yeah.
connection you're talking about. Like when I connect with someone
Yeah.
through the music, it's a very, very close connection because music means so much to me. So yeah, music and life, they're the same thing for me. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. You speak in one interview about a detective, mouse detective.
Yeah.
Mouse detective turns into far into new and original the instrument to understand the world
Yes,
and
yes,
understand what
yeah.
is going around you.
Yes, this is the only way I know. And I love that you mentioned Detective Mouse. That's very sweet. I've always had a very big imagination.
um, to translate the emotions in music,
Yes.
you feel more than songwriter, composer, singer, a channel of your emotions.
Mm. Mm. Yeah, I think this is a nice way to say it. I I think of music as a way to let this human thing that we have, this
Mm-hmm.
human thing where we have
Yeah.
names and stuff like this. Um,
Mm-hmm.
for music, I like for music to help me remember before we had clothes and businesses and everything. We would just make noises to each other, and we would. And
Mm-hmm.
so this is what music is to me. It's just sort of two animals on the planet
Mm-hmm.
singing
Yeah.
to each other. It's a and this is what
Yeah.
a conversation is the same thing for me. This is a song right now that we're doing. Um,
Mm-hmm.
and so yeah, for me it's all just communication. And I like for it to be the simplest possible communication.
Mm-hmm.
I think the first song I wrote in back in high school in around 1984 was a song called Communication. And I think this is what's
Oh.
important to me. Yeah. Yeah.
When that's like last strange or rare year, how do you feel now? Not we are not in the same point like 1 year ago. I think the first months are very hard for all musicians, for all. And now, how do you feel?
I I do not know how I feel. I think I think that this is the thing for right now. We have just all been through
Yeah.
something that most of us around the world have never experienced anything like it before. And
Mm-hmm.
as a world, as a planet, we've really never experienced anything
Mm-hmm.
where we all were experiencing the same thing. I know it was
Mm-hmm.
different in different countries, but
Yeah.
the same threat to all of us, the same
Mm-hmm.
illness. And I think that for all of the death and all of the money lost and all of these different ways that
Mm-hmm.
COVID was
Yeah.
very difficult, people's jobs getting
Yeah.
lost. I think the same thing happened inside us in our emotions and
Mm-hmm.
in our relationships with each other. And so I think we have a really good chance right now,
Mm-hmm.
to just think, who who am I right now? Like
Yeah.
what did we learn during this crazy time together? And so for me, I don't know
Mm-hmm.
who I am yet. I just know that I'm a very different animal than I was before COVID.
Mm-hmm.
I think I am. It reminded me of what's important.
Yeah.
It reminded me of who I want to be in the world. It reminded me of how little power I have. And it also reminded me of that we are all we have. This is it. Like we only have each other. And I know we say these things a lot, but I think COVID was a very, very real reminder that that's actually true. And so if we don't learn to agree on basic science and basic things, then we can all die. So I'm very excited right now to come back and not go back to the old world, but build a new one. Build a new one with these new thoughts. So I'm super excited about this. And for music, all I know is that I want to make a ton of music with people. I want to make loud music and soft music and silly music and really serious music. And it's what I've always done, but I promise you this next year, like from right now when we're talking until, through 2022, there's going to be a lot of music for me. And it's going to be, some of it is going to be super heavy. And some of it is going to be really soft DIY, one-line drawing. Yeah, it's going to be cool. It's going to be cool. So this is who I am after COVID, is someone who I'm excited to not to go back to the past, but to move on into a future with a new awareness of how fragile life is and how easily information can be corrupted and people can be convinced of things that aren't true. And so I'm more committed than ever to music and to community and to thank you for asking. It's been a crazy, crazy time. And I'm looking forward to what comes next.
No one is ready to stop all, to get stopped. No one is ready for that.
Yes.
We are ready for run or for making a lot of things and no sleep but stop.
Yeah, well, it's funny. One thing that I learned is it's really nice to rest sometimes. It's really nice to just take a breath and go to the swimming pool, forget about work. I think our addiction to work is part of what got us to this place, which was not a good place. We don't want to go back there. So I think part of it is remembering to rest, remembering to enjoy each other, remembering to enjoy life, remembering to enjoy learning, so we can all learn things and agree on things.
Always learning. Always learning.
Yes. So yeah, I'm very excited for a lot of time resting with each other, a lot of time celebrating with each other, and yes, working, but I've always thought work is kind of a stupid word. I just like living and doing things, and then we figure out ways to keep each other alive. We feed each other and we give each other places to stay, and we sing with each other, and this is, I think, all we're here to do.
When your job is do you say you are a sustainable musician?
Yes, this is being a musician
at that time.
It's
sustainable musician.
Only job for my whole growing up. It's how I raised my daughter. I don't have I didn't inherit a lot of money or something. Like, this is all I grew up very poor, and I don't have a lot of money, but I've been able to live just from singing. And this is why anyone who orders something from my website or comes to a concert or just writes a nice letter to me, this is why I say thank you so much, because this is the only way I survive is through kindness and support. It's true. It's true.
Your website, it's so personal. I think all the websites need to be like yours, but then yours are not special. So,
well, I would rather everyone's be like mine than because I miss this. I try to have my website be like how I want the internet to be, which is just there's no advertising. It's just spending time with music and I would love it if everyone had their own little website and we could all just hop around to each other's websites. And because when we're on, you know, and we're here on Instagram and it's useful for things. Hi, everyone out there in Instagram land. Hello. And it's wonderful. And so to communicate, like for you and I to talk from so many miles apart, it's a very exciting thing. So I like technology, and I just want it to stay personal and human. And again, so we can really make sure we're looking each other in the eye and we're not being filtered through different algorithms that want us to argue and want us to buy this and want us to do this, and they want all our information. They want to know where, you know, what I eat for breakfast. And I don't like that part of the internet. I like the part where it's just people connecting with people. And I know that might sound very simple to some people, but life is too short, I think, for needless stress. So I don't really spend much time on Instagram anymore because I like to be at home, you know, on my website, and anyone who wants to visit can visit. It's so easy to stay connected in this world. But also when nice people invite me onto Instagram, I'll come and say hi here. So it's, you know, there's nothing wrong with Instagram. There's something wrong with the way we get addicted to things. So I'm very happy to be here, and I love that you mentioned my website, because that's the center of my heart. It always will be.
I think it's like your rehearsal room. It's like open the door of your room and come here. I have music, I have digital music, I have books, I have pictures, I make concerts. It's like, hi, I'm here.
I want when people visit the website, I want it to be like they're visiting me in my home. You know, just sort of. It's nothing. It's not supposed to be some fancy thing. It's just, this is, you know, hi, I'm Jonah. I like to sing. I like to make things. I like to share. It's really, you know, it's very simple. And I love it that way. Yeah, I'm actually putting up some new songs there soon. I'm getting some stuff together. I'm excited.
You say I like share. Do you choose share with no a lot of people, no make big concerts, big tours, big places, and then make small concerts and home of your or friends or fans or
for me it's a little bit, I think big concerts and stuff, they're a little bit like Instagram. Like if someone invites me to come and sing at a big concert, I will be happy to come and sing at a big concert. I love being on a big stage.
Collaborations and
and just, it's very exciting. There's a lot of energy. It's super fun. And for myself, if I'm making a concert, I usually will make it small without a lot of business around it. Because for me, I think if more really big artists played to 10 people, they would understand how powerful it can be to just share music in a small place with people. I think we all know how beautiful a big rock show can be. You know, this is a beautiful thing. I think what a lot of people don't know is how cool it can be to sit in the backyard and just sing with each other. There's something very special about this. Before all the money comes, before all the everything else comes, there's just music and people. And I think the reason rock and roll is so popular is because it's a beautiful thing to share music together. And so I like to do it as simply as possible. But that said, if someone invites me to their festival, I'll go to their festival.
Do you prefer go alone or solo records, or with bands like Far, Gratitude? There are 2 lines or 3, because Far is more metal or more low, and Gratitude and New and Original are more pop or punk rock.
Yeah, for me, as you can tell, because Far, New and Original, Gratitude, One Line Drawing, it's Camorra, I As Another, so many bands.
Camorra.
Yeah, Camorra, which I love. So for me, it's all the same thing. I understand that to other people, it's different. But for me, I like some music that is just super heavy and aggressive, and some that's really soft and sweet. But for me, it's still the same thing. It doesn't feel different. But it's funny you say this, because my last record sort of my new record that we're putting out again is basically, it's trying to combine what I love about solo records, which is that it's made in my home, it's very personal, with what I love about band records, which is that it's bigger and louder and so Jeremy, who I think is on this, helped me make a record that is really right between solo and band, and so it's like got some stuff, some different noises on it, and Norman helped me, and Jeremy helped me, and so many friends helped me, and I tried to combine the feeling of what I love about making solo stuff and what I love about being in a band. And it's what it helped me discover, actually, is that, and so for anyone out there listening who knows or remembers One Line Drawing, I'm actually going to start releasing things as One Line Drawing again, because that the whole thing about that was to release music that was always just different and changing. And I realized that's all I ever wanted to do. So I'm just going to go back to releasing music as One Line Drawing, and some of it was going to be really crazy and different. It's going to be all over the place. But I think it all needs only one name. It doesn't need different names anymore. So, yeah.
No, in you, it's normal. That combination.
It's the same. It's all I love.
The cocktail.
I love a mixtape or a band or someone that goes from very loud to very soft. I really enjoy it. I like it.
very, very loud or very intense.
Yes.
And very silent and very sweet.
Yes.
That's.
It's all the same for me. It's just life. It's just music is life. That's all I know.
Because you in solo concerts, you scream.
Yes.
Sometimes in many songs, and scream to the air, and with band in loud songs, your voice is so sweet and melodical.
It's I grew up listening to a hardcore band 1 minute, and then Suzanne Vega the next minute. It's so many different influences. I grew up in Boston, and there was just so much music everywhere. And it taught me. It was really, in a very crazy time in my life, music was a very grounding thing. And so I think for different moods, I would find different bands and different songs that would help me feel those moods. And I think that's why now that I'm making music, I think I'm trying to make music. If someone is sad one day, maybe this song is for them. If someone is angry, maybe it's for them. Maybe if someone's happy. And I try and make music so for other people out there so you can go through your life, and be happier, I hope.
Sometimes do you speak about Led Zeppelin like an influence of that loud and folk songs and the female
yes
voices?
Yes. Yeah, I never grew up. When I was little, I was very small and skinny, and in many ways I didn't feel like a man. And I didn't understand, like, male voices were exciting for me, but female voices for some reason were just so interesting to me. And so a lot of my early singing, as much as I was trying to sound like Roger Daltrey or somebody, I was also trying to sound like Joni Mitchell. So for me, it's just, I just kind of I really love the way the female voice sounds. And actually, I have to tell the truth, I don't really believe in male or female. I think it's all one thing.
Yeah.
But
Not binary.
I tend to like higher voices. I tend to like la 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 la. Like it's just there's something it's a bird, or it's like a bird or something. I really love it. I don't know. Yeah.
The exhale of the air, the
yeah, just
the emotions, that details.
There's something about going into falsetto that's a bit of surrender. So la, just sort of, it drifts out into the air. It's something very sweet. Yeah.
Your website, physical albums.
Yeah.
We can find physical albums, digital songs.
Yeah, I mean, there's
a book.
Yeah, there's books and USB drives and
books,
records and cassettes.
Can you speak a little bit of that book, Parenthood?
Yeah. It's a book that I wrote about raising my daughter. There she is, back when she was very little. And this is a note she left after a tour that said, "Welcome home." And so, yeah, this is a book that I wrote trying to talk about trying to have a life where I was trying to be a father and a musician. And this is a very difficult balance, because to be a musician, there's touring. And so this book was kind of a love letter both to my daughter, saying thanks for being my daughter and for having a strange rock and roll father. And it's also a love letter to anyone who loves the music, because it's saying thank you for letting me not be a typical musician. Thank you for helping me raise my daughter. Thank you for giving me a life. And so it's a story about me learning to grow up, and through being a father and through being a musician. And it was a very hard thing to write. It was very difficult, but it was really wonderful. And I'm so happy I have it now, because now forever, my family or anyone who cares about me can at least read me trying to tell the story. And I, for those that like audio, like podcasts and stuff, I also made the audiobook too, where I read the whole thing, and each chapter is a song, and it talks about who I was at the time that song arrived. I think there's a one for Mother Mary, and so it's just all these songs that tell the story of my life. Free. Anyway,
there's a word, catharsis.
Yes,
catharsis,
yes,
when the emotions are. Maybe this book is a consciousness catharsis.
Yeah. So when I showed someone this book, they held it in their hand and they said, "How does it feel to have lost this weight?" You know? And sort of in writing the book, I was able to take these feelings. And so, yeah.
You still love the do-it-yourself?
I do. It's just, there's something so simple about do-it-yourself. I know that with money and with companies, I know that bigger things can be made and beautiful things can be made. Some of my very favorite music in the whole world was made with tons of money and tons of people. And so that's beautiful. Again, if I have a chance to be in a situation with really talented people and collaborating, I love this.
Yeah.
And there is something so pure about, I write this, and I say to someone else, "Hey, I wrote a book. Would you like to read it? And would you like to give me some money so I can buy some food?" And
Perfect.
To me, it's such a simple thing. There's nothing more needed than this. It's like if someone likes to bake bread, and I like to make music, I can sing them a song. They can give me a loaf of bread. We can keep going. It's sort of,
Mm-hmm.
it's a very simple thing. There's that we don't need companies. We just need each other. And
Mm-hmm.
I know this might sound silly to some people, but I think it's true. So yeah, do it yourself is, there's nothing like it. Yeah.
In the web, 2 years ago, well, many years, you make concerts at homes.
Yes, all the time. I still do. I just uh, a few weeks ago played in someone's,
Yeah.
yeah, in someone's home. It was me, and
Ah.
they were having their birthday party. They were turning 40.
Well.
So I went to sing for this amazing human being, and it was me and him and his family, and maybe 2 or 3 friends, and that's it.
Mm-hmm.
And I went and I did my laundry, and we played music. It was great.
People only need to say to you, "Hi, I'm here, and what do you need?" No,
Oh,
to
somebody's
make
saying
that
on the feed they're going to buy books and give them as presents. I just want to say thank you. That is super, super sweet. I love when people use the
No,
music.
perfect.
I love when people use the
Yeah.
music and the books as gifts. I love being a gift to someone. That's so, so beautiful. Anyway, sorry. Well, I just noticed that.
No,
It's
no,
very,
no, no,
very
no. Don't
nice.
worry, don't worry,
Yeah.
don't worry. It's perfect. You can read and speak. Me, I can't.
Yeah, no, I'm trying. Oh, you can't even see it. See?
No, no, no. Me, I see. I can see, but I can't for me.
No, yeah. I try to.
It's a joke.
You know,
It's
I
a,
try to stay in the
it's a
conversation,
joke.
but sometimes
It's
the
a
note
joke.
comes.
I can. No. It's a joke. It's a joke.
Ah.
um.
Emily, I want to come and play in Berlin again. My friend Emily just wrote to me.
Yeah. So important, friends, always, but more
Always.
in these times, no?
Yeah, again, I think
In isolation times,
I think
more important the people.
we learned a lot this past couple of years about how important it is to have real friends.
Mm-hmm.
I
Yep.
yeah, it's there's nothing like it. When times get scary, it's pretty good to be able to have someone who you trust to call. I feel very, very, very lucky to have beautiful friends in the world. I think it's it can be a very sad world without that.
Maybe one of the most beautiful things of make music and touring is that seeing friends around the world.
Yes.
And go.
Yeah, my friend Emily, who just wrote from Berlin, she would laugh because I would get to visit her more because I saw her more than any of her other friends because I would always be touring over there and playing shows. So for me, singing has been a way to keep in touch with friends, actually. It's very sweet, but it's only when I get to go there and sing because I don't have the money to go otherwise.
Maybe next year, no? 2022
Yes.
is the year to touring again.
Yes.
We'll hope so.
I think this year I will do many more shows in backyards and small little shows, safe shows. And then in 2022, I want to do a tour of like with a band and stuff. I want to do, so we'll see. I'm working on these things. We'll see. Yeah. Yes. All the fingers crossed. But no, in 2022, there's going to be a ton, for the rest of this year and into next year, tons of new music. And really fun, interesting shows. All I want for a show is for it to feel, even if it's not in a home, I want it to feel like a home. I want it to feel personal. It's very hard work going on tour. And I don't need a lot of money to go on tour. I just need for it to feel exciting and interesting. And there's a reason that so many famous rock stars are unhappy because, there's lots of money and there's lots of attention, but it's really kind of a difficult life. And so I found I need to remember about the fun of this life because if I don't remember, then I just become another bitter depressed rock star, and that's terrible. The world does not need any more of that.
Maybe be comfortable and be a rock star.
I think so. I think so. It's funny you say this. Yeah, I remember a band I saw was doing. They were a pretty popular band and had sold millions of records, but they were doing like a Kickstarter. They were and I thought that's strange, and they raised all of this money, and it was good for them. But I remember talking to one of them, and they were saying, they needed to make all this money to support their life. And I have to say, if you want to make a lot of money, I don't think music is a good idea to go into. You can make a lot of money playing it, but I'm not sure you'll be happy by the time you get all the money. I've seen a lot of people have all their rock and roll dreams come true, and they don't seem very happy to me. So for me, I've always tried to choose happiness and freedom first, and then I try and make enough money, but choosing money first, I think, is kind of dangerous, no matter what you do, I think. I don't know.
Speaking with Gary Conner from Skimming Trees and a lot of they are now ready to speak with lawyers.
Yes.
They make songs and want to make a tour, and but no.
Yes.
With lawyers.
Yeah, exactly. And I have. It's funny that when I need a lawyer, I have one human who has been my friend since she's the very first lawyer that I made friends with way back in the day. And I've stayed friends with her because it's important to have people who know. It's important to have people who know about these things. This is how the world works. But the important thing is that she's my friend and I trust her. And it's really it's a good thing to. So I think it's good to remember that, not to be afraid of lawyers or just make jokes about them, but to understand that they do another thing. The same way I write songs, she does another thing. And But by the way, everyone out there, I want to say, I'm not really reading them too closely because I want to stay in the conversation. But anyone who wants to do a house show, I saw someone right from Santa Barbara. Go to the website and say, hey, I just saw you on IG. And we will make a house show happen. It really is that easy. It's not, rock and roll doesn't need to be, this is what I keep saying. It's like, business doesn't need to be so complex. It's just, if you want me to come and sing for you, I love to sing. Cool, let's do it. It's really, it's not difficult. So wherever you are in the world, let's make it happen. Just wanted to say that.
That conversation is the same.
Yes.
Same to you.
Yes.
Hello, we make that thing and wanna participate.
Yes.
Wanna be with you.
That's it.
With us.
Yeah. It's very easy. If anyone cares about me or what I do, I'm very, very grateful for that. I mean, this is my dream. This is my dream that, someone so far away, because I sing songs, you want to talk to me. It's very kind. And I know for someone who's really famous, it might get very annoying or something, but that's another thing I like about not being too successful, is that I still get to just talk to people, and it's not, I'm not getting objectified. It's just, hanging out. Yeah.
If you love your music, why don't you speak about your music, no?
Yeah, exactly. This is it. It's as simple as this. Yeah.
It's simple.
Yeah.
With all the people come to that conversations, it's the same.
Yes.
David Abruzzi is from Pearl Jam. It's a Grammy rock star. David, Well, okay, let's do it.
Yep. Pearl Jam are my favorite example of a band getting very famous, but really keeping the humanity. I think they're very special, and they're it's a reason that they're one of the only bands left from that whole time, because they kept their heart, and they remembered to just stay themselves. And I know they're very famous and all that stuff, but I love how human they still are. It's very cool.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And they say in the documental
20. Yeah.
PG
Yeah.
20,
Yeah.
Eddie wants to make Fugazi
Yeah.
with Pearl Jam.
Yes. Well, I think Fugazi is for any band who really wants it to remain fun and interesting. Fugazi is the band that proves you can do it.
Yeah.
And for any band that says, "Oh no, like you either can make a living playing music or not, but you know if you make a living playing music, you have to sell out, you have to do all this stuff." And Fugazi proved that you don't have to do that. It's hard work to do it like Fugazi does it.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
But for me, they taught me that I could just do it in a very simple way and keep going and keep making music, and it might work out. And I just really love what Fugazi taught all of us about how cool it can be. I mean, punk rock really taught us all, but Fugazi was a band who just did it so beautifully. And they're very inspiring to me forever. I think of my friend, actually 7 Seconds, my friend Kevin, he's another artist who he really taught me a lot about keeping the joy in music and not worrying about sort of being too famous or anything. Just as long as there's anyone who gives a shit about what you're doing, like, cool.
That's the old school view, no?
Yeah, not a surf too. Yeah.
That's the real old school view.
It is. I guess it is the old school view, but I hope I hope the new school, has its own way. I hope that artists coming up now, whether or not they know about Fugazi or 7 Seconds or me or anyone, I hope there's still the old school tradition of just person to person to person. Word of mouth, DIY. To me, I don't care about the word punk rock or emo or hardcore, or it doesn't matter to me. What matters to me is the connection. This is what matters.
Yeah. The idea, the friends make radio, fanzines, booking concerts.
I love when people make zines and record things and they show me photographs that they took forever ago, and it reminds me of a time. And I love everyone that participates in the community. It's not just the musicians. It's the musicians.
No.
It's the people who buy the tickets. It's the people who buy the shirts. It's the people who make the posters. It's the people who make the zines. It's the people who do the podcasts on Instagram.
Or what? I tell this like live conversations. I don't know if it's a program or what is this. I don't know.
It's just communication.
Not important.
It's the
not
same
important.
Thing. Exactly. It's just hanging out. That's it. There's no fancy names needed.
When last year at May, I think in that project or that connections, and Instagram led to connect us.
Yes.
And this one person and another person and two talking, and it's so easy. I don't think Instagram is created for this.
Yes.
Really.
Yes.
Because this is free. Two people connected.
Exactly. Exactly. Yeah. This is what I like. I like to find the parts of technology that maybe the technology wasn't made for, but that we get to use to do cool stuff.
Yeah.
That's very smart. Yeah.
It's 4040 system error. I'm blue.
Yes. Yes.
I'm blue screen. For you, in your songs, they are emotional. They are sadness too. Happiness, sadness.
Oh yeah.
And always is a light.
Yeah.
I love this because the life, we need to celebrate life.
Yes.
More people are understanding that life is need to be celebrated.
Yes.
And life have this thing called death and lost friends, and in your music, in your creations, you put all.
Yeah. Yes. Again,
all the elements.
Yeah, because for me, life and death aren't, they're a little bit like male and female. They're not really different. It's just I mean, I'm happy to be alive. But it's just a changing of form, and happiness and sadness aren't really different either. They're just feelings. And so for me, it's all in there. For me, well, Eddie Vedder said a very sweet thing once. He said sometimes the happiest songs are the sad ones, because the sad ones get you through the sad times. And I thought, that's cool, that's smart.
And saddest songs in the worst moments.
Yes.
I say to Steve Von Till, his solo albums are sadness. So introspective, and that music helped me in any moment. Far, I have many funny moments with my friends.
Good.
And
yes.
When I talk to today, you are here. Someone says, and they are post-metal band, and Far, that's the cassette in the car, always to rehearsing, and wow. And that's pretty. That regrets with music, friends, good moments, and you are a part of this.
This is my favorite thing about still being here making music after so many years, is that I get to hear stories from people who, when they were 18, they met at a concert, and then 20 years later, they're best friends with those people they met at the concert, or they married the people they met at the concert, or they had a baby with the people they met at the concert. And I love getting to know that when they were meeting, when this friendship was starting, they were listening to music that I was singing. There's something so cool about that to me, that I get to be the soundtrack for these joys, for a road trip, or for someone going to band practice, or someone going to work, or someone getting divorced, or someone getting married, or someone dying, or someone being born. It's I love, because I know music is the soundtrack of my life. And then, it's like this Stevie Wonder record, Songs in the Key of Life. That's just what I want to do, is songs in the key of life.
From Sacramento, that years, you speak a lot of that times, of that crazy energy, great, funny, tired moments.
Sacramento, it just, I grew up in Boston when I was little, but in Sacramento I grew up. It's where I became a father. It's where I started my first real band. It's a very, very special place to me. I consider it kind of a second childhood or something. My second hometown is Sacramento. Boston will always be my first hometown. And I've lived in San Francisco for 25 years now. But Sacramento is also a hometown.
It's the pass of young Jonah to
That's sweet. I like thinking about that.
many regrets, no? That years.
I mean, I don't know. No. There's always things that I want to do better, and there's always I always want to, like you said, learning all the time. To me, it doesn't need to be a bad memory or a good memory. It's just, what did I learn? And so, I think this is all we can do. I think it's important to look at the past and be honest about it. and then it's also important to let it go and be where we are now. But I think if we don't learn from our past, we aren't gonna do very well in our future.
Yeah. Yeah. No, it's you speak about the it's no competitions
Yes.
in the band with the in there are a few bands. Cake.
Yeah.
You speak
Yeah.
about Cake. Deftones will happen, and Far, and it's not a competition.
Yeah, it never felt that way.
It's really strange. That in music is really strange.
I
Because
know.
many people think music like an sport and a competition.
Yeah,
And
well,
music is,
yeah.
we can love many bands, not one. We are not one team only.
Yeah, and that was the beautiful part about Sacramento, and I didn't even realize how special it was because it was the first scene that I'd ever been a part of was Sacramento, and so I thought it was cool, but it wasn't until later when I would see other scenes I would realize, oh, Sacramento was very special this way. And yeah, I feel very lucky about that because yeah, to me, another band, as long as they're being nice to me, they're just they're just another creature out there in the world. It's not about I'm popular or they're popular. Like we can we both get to sing, and I actually personally, speaking of big festivals and stuff, one thing I love about big music festivals is that I get to play next to all these bands that sound totally different than me. And I get to play for people. Some of the people in the crowd might have come to see the dance tent, and some of the people in the crowd might have come to see the metal stage, and some might have come to see, but they all get to see this weird thing that I do. And I love that. I love when I see a Slayer shirt and an Indigo Girls shirt and a Beastie Boys shirt and a PJ Harvey shirt, like all next to each other. You know, I love this.
You play with Sepultura, maybe?
Yeah, Far played on
Far
in 1990.
Yeah, Strive, Snapcase, Sepultura.
But with Sepultura, we played on Sepultura's very last real concert. Right before Dana died, Max's son, we were on tour Sepultura in 1996, I believe, and playing with Sepultura changed me forever. They were an incredible thing to see. Yeah, yeah.
The metal guys feel nervous with another feelings in the stage, like Far, because you can sing your song so silently, so sweet, and scream like being in a metal band.
Yeah.
It's an unexpected for them.
Yeah, it's fun.
That metalheads in any podcast, they are interviewing you. In that times, in that last years, no, they are metalheads and love Far and love after Far bands like yours with that emotions and maybe opening his ears.
I hope so. Exactly. I mean, I don't really care, but I hope so. That I think the kind of people that I like in the world and the kind of people who seem to like my music are people who have open minds. And so if someone likes it, it's okay. If someone doesn't like it, it's okay. But it is cool when someone who loves, my really loud stuff can also like the really quiet stuff. I like this. It's cool.
Maybe Jeff Buckley made the same.
Jeff Buckley, I mean, we all dream of having a voice like Jeff Buckley, you know. It's just,
all the world. Dream.
But I love about him that he was very adventurous. He'd play this, very alone with a guitar or this big Led Zeppelin sounding thing. And I always really loved that about him. I'm so sad that he died so young, because I think he could have made a lot of really, really beautiful music.
Yeah.
And I think of someone like him, and I think how lucky I am to still be here. I miss him all the time. I was just listening to him. He's wonderful. Yeah.
In an interview,
Yeah.
you speak about Tool.
Yeah. Oh, Tool.
If you want, don't.
It doesn't matter to me. I mean, look, no.
Yeah. But we can to make the people sick. Sick. That interview and your comment about Tool, because the history is very funny.
It is funny, isn't it? I hope it's funny.
I think it's funny.
Okay.
It's funny.
Good. It's supposed to be funny. Yeah. I think sometimes people can take things very seriously. I can take things seriously. It's fine. But it's supposed to be funny. It's like, it just think of it like we're doing these things, this is all it is. It's just.
Yeah, no.
Oh, you want this one?
This is perfect for a Tool.
It's true. Why?
That's the attitude.
We not be sober?
Incredible, no? The world of music and the musicians.
It's thank you so much.
It's incredible.
So fun. Thank
fun
you.
It's a nice word.
Yeah, it is. I hope so. So I want to come and see you and swim in your swimming pool. How do we make a concert happen? I think let's do. I want to come and Can I come and play a concert by the swimming pool? You can swim, and I'll play a concert and then jump in the water.
Swimming pool is a municipal swimming pool of the town.
Yeah, I'll come play for the kids.
But we can, if you come to Spain, we can make something.
Okay, cool. Everyone, you heard it in Instagram land. He promised, if I come to Spain, we make something.
Yeah, I'll try.
Okay. No, I know. It's all silly. Thank you so much for everything.
No. One thing.
Please,
you have 25 years connecting nerds.
I love the way you say that. That's beautiful.
That expression is pretty. It's beauty.
Cool.
Connecting nerds. It's yours, eh?
I'm taking
not mine. It's yours.
Okay. Good. When you hear it in a song, know that it's for you.
So I want to say thanks to you.
Thank you.
Maybe when you come again.
Yes.
It's really a pleasure. I'll try to do with my best English. Today, I have no guion, not a script.
Yeah.
It's impossible to make a script with you.
Yes,
because there are a lot of things.
Yeah.
And you are so. Your mind goes.
It does. Thank you for understanding.
The mind so script today is impossible.
I would be happy to come talk again. I send you and your family love and the community. And
same.
Yeah, let's talk again. We don't need a script. We can just say hi.
Yeah. So now, if you want to make a song, we close that connection. And if you want to make a song in your Instagram or when you...
Oh, yeah. we did it another time. I just wanted to come and say hi to you. I just, it's I'm happy living small.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect.
But yeah, there'll be more singing and lots of that. I just
No,
really
no, no,
want.
no, no. When you wanna do.
I know exactly. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I just thought
Mate,
about talking to you this morning. But yeah, have a
it's
super.
perfect. Eh? No,
Yeah.
no, it's perfect. I'm so grateful,
Yeah.
and I'm so happy to know you, to speak with
Yeah.
you,
Yeah.
and learn
Yeah.
more than music. Learn about life
I
and
feel the
thanks.
same way. Thank you for being in this life with me. Thank you for being in this life with me. And thank you to everyone who said hi and said sweet
Yes.
things. Please write to me anytime. Please keep using technology to stay in touch with each other. And I hope I see you all again soon.
JonahMatranga.com.
That's it. Yeah.
So
Thank
say
you.
hi.
Okay.
Thank you.
Bye
Big hug.
bye. Ciao.
Bye.